youth put their life on the line. They put their life on hold for George Weah. 12 years. Those children deny and deprive themselves of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness just to support George Weah. And that was understood. That was understood by every Liberian. Because they had their eyes on what? On the presidency. They supported Mr. Weah through the senatorial election. They dished Robert Sedi to the side. After Mr. Weah served in the Senate, I believe for 1.5 years, those same young people, after putting their life on hold for 12 years, they went and voted for Mr. Weah and made him president. But for the past 5 years, look at how Mr. Weah's life has changed over time. He got condominiums that he never had. Mr. Weah got multiple or quadruple bank accounts. And Mr. Weah today is back to the life of luxury. But the very Liberian young people that voted for Mr. Weah, with their loyalty, putting their life on hold, there is nothing. There is nothing they can be proud of today. Where my man Yaya that was here, Jenna? Yaya, you here? Where is Yaya? Yaya, are you here? Because this time we'll be calling Cdcians out now. Where is Yaya? Are you here? Because you just posted something and you said yes. 12 years. Where is Yaya? You see, the Cdcians that live in the white man land here, they see how their life continue to improve, right? But then all they will do, they will come on different platforms and say, yeah, George Weah for 12 years. But they don't understand how Liberians back home are suffering. So Liberians, 17 years, you put your life on hold for George Weah. 17 years. And what did George Weah give you? Nothing. Nothing. You know, it is one thing for you to be in a situation where there is no hope. To say, you know why? Especially for some of us, when we were growing up, we never imagined that we're going to get any opportunity. Yes. I never imagined, because those who were in charge of our destiny, we had no connection, we had no decision to make at that time. But not in the case of Cdcians that supported George Weah. They made him president along with other open-minded Liberians. And how are they being paid? By George Weah and his guys riding the best cars, opening the biggest bank account, building estates and mansions, and then you're the young people in our country. There is absolutely nothing there for you guys to show. I challenge any Cdcian listening to me here right now. Give me 5 to 10 young men and women who are acquire vocational skills under the George Weah program. Give me the list of 10 to 15 people across Liberia under the George Weah plan. But when you ask any Liberian just one question, what George Weah did after he became president, they will tell you he built 29 units. My own man Samuel Todd never had nothing for himself today. Nothing. Ran away from America here. Today, Samuel Todd now can now be passing around now and giving money that did. Nathaniel McGill, that Costa said he used to sleep in the swamp. And all the frogs, after 17 years of other Cdcians and supporter of the CDC put their life on hold. Today, Nathaniel Mangione now they have become the prime minister. Liberians, don't make that mistake. You are getting old every day. It's better to try something new with your mindset and with a decision. 17 wasted years is not something to take for granted. 17 wasted years. Not even 1 year that Weah and Mangione took out of there to give it to you guys. They took all 17 years and benefited themselves. They took all 17 years and benefited themselves. You know how they used to live before. Look at Weah and Weah picture before. Look at Nathaniel Mangione picture before. Look at Samuel Toy picture before. They are in no position I have to say that nobody ever voted for them. That's how selfish and mean those people are, Liberians. I'm not talking about myself. And I'm sure those who want to convince you not to vote for... You see, you can still be a Cdcian, but don't vote for George Weah. You can still be a Cdcian. You can remain a Cdcian. But you just have to vote for a party candidate that is willing to work with you. They're not going to give you that lost 17 years because it's a lot of years that you are lost. But Cdcian, you must work with somebody who will understand you. That will tell you, say, I understand that you lost 17 years. But we can help to reduce the years you lost. Today, George Weah is dancing Buka dance. But how many Cdcians and how many supporters can dance that Buka dance? How many of them? Because George Weah is a happy man now. When you see people dancing, it means that they, only on happy days, happy events, are those days that you see people dancing. Whether it is evil dance, it's nothing else but dance as well. So Cdcian, supporter of CDC, you don't have to be member of the ANC party. Because the only hope right now is the ANC. I'm telling you. I don't need nothing from Mr. Cummings. I don't need nothing from the ANC. But I am telling you guys, your only hope is the ANC party. I don't give a damn what people say. Y'all know me. Y'all already know me. If Mr. Cummings start to screw up, I will tell you before election. But I'm telling you now, your only hope is to get around Mr. Cummings. And I can assure every Cdcian, I am getting to know all the ANC BB people there. If you find out that any ANC B man talk to you by way, just bring that name to me. Cdcian and supporter of Joseph Boyka that want to see a better chance, a better future. You don't have to be an ANC member. You see the people in Pennsylvania that voted for Donald Trump, not every one of them were Republican, not every one of them were Democrat, but they were not happy with how they call it. They were not happy with the Obama administration. They voted against Hillary Clinton. And then after 4 years, they were not happy with what he named Donald Trump. And they got rid of Donald Trump. And that's how you can still maintain your party. But your decision can change so that your party can remain responsible. If you continue to support a party that destroys the country, you will not only be wasting your future, you will also be destroying the party. There are times that you can say to your party here, no, we have to try somebody else because you have done bad things to us. And this is where I am coming from now. The only party in our country right now that I can tell any Liberian to vote for is the ANC party. Why? because the ANC party has never taken leadership in our country, and for any reason they are giving that opportunity, excuse me, you can rest assured that even if Mr. Cummings doesn't do well after the first 6 years, just how you guys need to stop George Weah because he has not done anything after the 6 years, that's the same thing you need to do to Cummings. Get Weah out of there and give Cummings only 6 years. I haven't met Cummings before to have the conversation that I had with him before. I met Mr. Cummings and I'm connecting to Mr. Cummings. But one thing I also want you to understand, Mr. Cummings had never been president before. Same thing with George Weah. 6 years ago, when I started to talk for George Weah, I said, you got to give Weah a chance. Because Weah has never been a president. So we cannot judge Weah like that. And many of you guys listen to me and other people. Now I am coming back. This time I'm telling you that you can remain with your party. You can still be a Cdcian. But you need to understand that George Weah took 17 years of your life. And George Weah today is dancing in the street while you are yet to put your life together. The Cdcians that in America, they are not telling you that their life has never been on hold. Cdcians in America, yeah, they got many opportunities here. But you on the ground, you need to look at the 17 wasted years and all Mr. Weah can do. Mr. Weah cannot go anywhere and start to brag that you see Cdcians I put their life on hold for 12 years plus my 5 years, make it 17. There are many Cdcians in a country called Liberia now who are plumbers, who are carpenters, who are electricians. Mr. Weah cannot dance to that achievement. But Mr. Weah can only dance to the achievement of his personal accumulation. Samuel 12 will dance to his achievement or his personal accomplishment. Mangel will do the same thing. Every one of them in our government will do the same thing. So we will be talking more and more about this George Weah not being loyal to Cdcian. See, loyalty is a two-way street. The young people from 2005 put their life on the line for George Weah for 17 years. And George Weah became president and never returned that loyalty back. So Cdcian, I want you to understand, the 17 years, what you think you could have done with 17 years of your life if you were in any situation that provided you an opportunity? What do you think you could have done with 17 years? A lot of things you could have done. 17 years behind a party. They celebrated their 17 years. And all Mr. Weah was able to tell you is to sing his lyrics from his song. Or read out his lyrics. Mr. Weah did not come out and say, you know what? For the past 5 years, every year we put up 200 or 250 young people with certificate of achievement. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. And you sitting down there and allowing this man. George Weah got nothing to lose. His son in America is going for the World Cup. George Weah was broke. Now today he is a wealthy man. As you saw in the video, he got nothing to lose. Cdcians that around the world that don't live in Liberia, they don't have anything to lose. They are depending on the white man country they live in to survive. So if you on the ground, you go make that second mistake by putting George Weah in office, you can just forget about your future now and worry about your children about the future. You hear what I say? If you put George Weah over there for another 6 years, for you, forget about your future. But then you got to worry about your children's future. Because not a single Cdcian that live in America here or in Europe will come back and tell you, say, oh, really? A job we are win, a job we are lose, I will regret. No, they will not tell you that. A job we are win. You see today, job we are the president, you see most of them that live abroad, you see them crying about job we are. No. They going to work, they enjoying. But what about you in Liberia? Why you think the Cdcian in America, in Europe, could not go back to Liberia and put their life on hold for 17 years? They wouldn't go and visit and come back. They know what job we are doing to you is very, very bad. But that's who they are because they're benefiting from it. But the benefits supposed to be shared across the board. Your own Cdcian are stabbing you in the back. That's how evil they are. They agree together to make sure that some of you guys don't be equal to them. And that's why they allow you guys to suffer like this. 17 years. Can you imagine 17 years? That's plenty of years. But when you ask the supporter of George Weah and his partisan of CDC and say, okay, let's agree that what Jeremy is saying, it doesn't make sense. Can you get me 10 Liberians between the age 18 to 37 under the George Weah government that did not go to college, but they have acquired different technical degree or certificate or diploma? Show it to me. Show it to me. Show it to me. Bring 10 young men mixed with women. What is 5 plus 5, 7 plus 3? Give me 10 from each county. From the entire 15 counties. 10 times 15, isn't that 150? Let them bring 150 young people just for 1 year from all 15 counties. And say these people every year, we were giving them vocational education. That means your life was not on hold. You did something for yourself and acquire something. But George Weah did not allow you guys to acquire anything for yourself. That's how wicked George Weah is. George Weah, right now when you ask, say, George Weah, bring all your ministers, then you can land on here. Samuel told you, what did you have before you became finance minister? Nothing. What do you have today? Go see for yourself. Jefferson Koji, yes. What do you have, or what did you have before you became mayor? Nothing. But what do you have today? This. And you name all the list of all the government officials. But you're the diehard partisan. If somebody asks you, for the past 17 years, you've been beyond CDC, right? What have you acquired? Not even a job. To even be able to send your child to school. My friend, you are the supervisor for your own life. George Weah wanted to maintain his life. So he put an idea together. To bring you guys together, thinking that you guys will help him. Which was actually a good thing to do. Which was a good thing to do. Anybody that come up with an idea. Because the society run on ideas. People come up with idea, you read into it, it makes sense. You say, yes, I think it's right. But where the water meet the bridge is when that idea comes to fruition. How do we distribute for everybody to get? George Weah did not do it. I challenge any sedition. George Weah said in his 4 pillar 1, education and training. And under that same thing, it talk about youth empowerment. Since Weah became president, how many young people today can show you certificate in any other technical area that George Weah managed to give to them? Nobody. Nobody. That means that if you are 20 years old and Weah became president, you are going to be 26 years old next year. And imagine at the age 26, Nothing Weah has done for you. If you are 30, you're going to be 36 years old. If you are 40, you're going to be 46 years old. And then, of course, when you are 50, you will be 56 years old. Now, let's go back again. And if you decide to say, all right, let's get Weah another 6 more years, 26, you're going to be 32. 36, you're going to be 42. You willing to go waste a year again? You going to go waste a year? That way you can just forget your own now. Like one of my men can say, my man, just wait until God come and destroy the earth, then we'll all die, we'll go back there, you come back again. You can't afford to do that. The power belongs to you guys, the Liberian people. A George Weah cannot do the right thing. Remove him and bring in somebody different. Y'all got to learn to give the leader them one term. If Liberia become a country that can give leader one term, Weah will not do what he doing to you. You see, if people are giving Eddie Johnson said one year term and said, no, Ellie, the thing you promised us, you didn't do it for us. No. Weah was going to do everything for you in your first 6 years rather than putting himself first. And that is why I'm here to tell you guys now that you need to start. You're the voter in Liberia are the boss. You're the one that own our country. You're the one that own our country. If you can teach Liberian people sense. Look, you know how you can grab comings? Let me tell you how you can grab comings. May we are one-term president and get coming in there. Coming will be shivering. Because coming will get the message and say, oh, hey, that one tell you, I think I better put the people first. Because if not, I can forget about my second term. If you're meeting that kind of employment performance, anybody that become president of Liberia, along the election, the first thing that will be in their mind, the Liberian people over there, they're not stupid. Nobody stupid here. That when that phrase will be really applicable. Nobody stupid here. When you start sending message to George Weah by making him one-term president, that when you can walk up to him and say, George Weah, nobody stupid here. We gave you 17 years of our life. And all you gave to us is to show to us how many homes, bank account you are getting for yourself. So nobody stupid here. And make George Weah one-term president. When you do that, Liberians, you will go on top of the list of a no-nonsense country on our continent of Africa. You will send one of the powerful message to every politician in Liberia. That if you don't do the right thing, nobody stupid here. You know that nobody stupid here should be revamped, should be recalibrated, should be rebranded. When you say nobody stupid here, it means that you build houses for yourself and you did not care for all the Liberian people. Nobody stupid here. You going out the door. You can still be a Cdcian. You see, the one good thing about being in a party, it's not for the party, but it's for the interest of everybody in the country. Cdcian can vote against George Weah and put in somebody as long as that person is willing to be what? A president that will do the right thing for you. The man in Nima County will vote for the man from the man in Nima County. He voted for George Weah, right? Does he change the country of origin? No. He never changed the country of origin. The man from Babalu voted for George Weah. Did he change the country of origin? No. So the same thing at political party. If your leader serve the people right, you vote for him. If he does not serve the people right, tell him nobody's stupid here. We belong in the party. But the thing you did, nobody's stupid here. We got to let you go. We got to let you go. CDC, if you set that example, if you be the first party to take George Weah down, you will be one of the most powerful party. You will be one of the most powerful party in the world. You will set the greater history that everyone going forward will say, you know what? There was a party that George Weah established. But the people turned against George Weah because he put himself first. You will be making one of the greatest history in the political realm. That you have voted for George Weah, but George, and you already know the problem. It's easy to explain. All you need to do is to tell every meaningful Liberian that we voted for George Weah, gave him a mandate to be in power for 6 years. And that mandate was to improve our life. But we put our life on hold. But when George Weah got there, he misused that opportunity and acquired wealth for himself. He and his ministers, they got rich overnight. And here we are. So our message to Mr. Weah is nobody stupid here. We have been loyal to you for 12 to 17 years. And you did not pay us back. We are not stupid here. Nobody stupid here. So Mr. Weah will remain Cdcian. But you got to go. Trust me, Cdcian, if you do that, you will own a party. And when anybody come in there, they will get to the back of their mind that they wear your law so much. If you can get rid of him and put another party candidate with your support, you will become a force to reckon with. And guess what? Other party members will start to join you guys, including supporters. That even if Mr. Cummings get there, your area will be telling Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, we the ANC, you see what Cdcian there? If you don't do the right thing, we'll join the Cdcian to get rid of you. And who will not want to be there for 2 years? You need to show to the world that you guys own our country. The Cdcians that live abroad, that are eligible to vote in America, some of them voted for Donald Trump. Some of them did not vote. But they got the power to change something in the country. So you need to think about that. Let me get in my food or my food getting cold. Do in the last 6 years. But they can tell you their own story as to what they had done for George Weah for 17 years. And that is putting their life on hold. And with everything and got on our ground as militant, carry on the battle cry. But today, after 6 years, they cannot come to tell you, say, you know what, guys? We acquired this level of skills from this institution through George Weah. No. No. So if these guys started with George Weah at 20 years old, they're going to be 26 years old. If another group started with George Weah at age 30, when he became president, they're going to be 36 years old. 40, 46 years old. 50, 56 years old. And George Weah was not able to utilize this platform here to help change the people life for better. So today when you see George Weah dancing Buka dance, he's dancing because he has personally accomplished his own wealth. He knows that he got nowhere to carry these young people. So all he does is bring them to the party headquarters, dance, and then they cook for them. And then after the food and the program, they go home. We can't keep living our country in poverty like this. We are 175 years old after independence. But we've been knowing our country for over 200 years. And look where we are today. No progress. So it's not about CDC, it's not about any political party. It's about the well-being of our people. It's about the well-being of our people. The Liberian people must get this message. 12 years, you put your life on the line for George Weah. 6 years, he became president and never changed anything in your life. You can list all the ministers that honor George Weah, in George Weah government. They will tell you and they will show you what they have accomplished. But when it comes here, everything that Mr. Weah promised here, there is no deliverable across the 15 counties in our country that show that these bullet points have been realized. Look at education and training. Tell me, how many upgrades have been made within the educational system for elementary school, junior high, high school? And then look at the training, the vocational training across the country. Don't just limit it to Mosuraro County. The Liberian people need to understand that if they made mistake, they put George Weah over there. They're done. Their future is done. You know how when in 1990, when they walk in 1989, people will say, oh, let the railroad come. Let the railroad come. The project come in. When they come, they will go. When the people come, they will go. But what happened today? When I walk in, those are all who were lucky, we left. But we still know some of our friends that back there, their entire life is fucked up. Some of them also malnourished. How can a president take office in less than 6 months, launch a developmental program or a construction program aimed at building condominium for himself? And nobody said anything. Today now, there are many condominiums he has, but the Liberian people who put their life on hold for 12 years, and then they added another 6 more years, and nothing had changed. Cdcians, if you listen to me in America here, since 6 years ago, there are many things that have changed in your life. Some of you guys got a new home, new car, new career. But your fellow Cdcians on the ground and supporter of George Weah, they cannot count their blessing, their accomplishment. And then you want to come and justify that George Weah is doing what? Because he's the president for your party. Just by being president of the party, then it means that everything is okay. Is that how you measure success? Is that how you measure your progress? The people out on the ground are the loser guys. The Cdcian on the ground, the supporter of the party, they got put everything on hold to support the CDC party. But today you see them, when they break, they are not going to that party headquarters. They're not going to any vocational institution. They're not going to any place of work. They're still going down there. They've been there in 2018. They were there in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. And nothing changed. Moba Maru then said we were going to open a vocational school right on an Asakomo Street. It never came to any realization. The president this year said he's going for cabinet retreat. What in that retreat you going to do now? Thank God he postponed it. Mr. Weah said he was going for cabinet retreat. Cabinet retreat for what? Cabinet retreat for what? What in the cabinet you going to retreat about? You have 5 years to get things right. You get election next year, then you calling for cabinet retreat. It's just nothing but a waste of money. Cdcian, there is a problem. The problem here is you put your life on hold for 17 years. You took 12 fighting against Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. In that process, many good young men and women died behind our CDC party. Many of them died. I don't believe, I mean, you're right, Amara Freeman. Many of them died in the process. Many of them died in the process, folks. But they continue to forge ahead. And when Mr. Weah became president, they decided again to give him another almost 6 years, which was the biggest catch. The biggest catch, the presidency. But what did Mr. Weah do? After finishing giving them the change for hope, he ran across the executive mansion and started building his own condominium. Nathaniel McGill too went and started buying houses. And they all started building houses. Government official, they totally forgot about their mission to help the Liberian people. And after 5 years into 6 years, they're coming back now to the people again to say you can't put us there. But when you look at the list of things that they promised they were going to do for the Liberian people, Pillar 1, Pillar 2, Pillar 3, not a single report across the country that you can read and match it up with this 4 pillar here. Nothing. You can take this thing here and go across the country and ask people, River G, yes, do you guys have 10 people here who are vocationally trained in every vocational background in the county? The answer will be no. You go to Riverside, you ask, are there people here, at least 10 young people who are trained and have some vocational education? No. And you will go from county to county. That's how the government failed. That's how the government has failed. That's how George Weah has failed. Don't restrict yourself to Morovia. Do not restrict yourself to Morovia when you're asking this question. Do not restrict yourself to Morovia. Do not restrict yourself to Morovia. Every question, every bullet point should be examined across the what? 15 counties. Because he heard of the president. This thing right here was his platform that we campaign for. When you put on a platform during the campaign, it is to persuade people to vote for what you got here as your platform. They call it the plank, what you put on the plank. Now, when you win an election, that thing eventually becomes your policy. So that we have policy that's going to be a program now. That is what we are going to be discussing every day. And I'm saying that Cdcians put their life on hold while they're getting old every day. Many of them put their life on hold. Can you imagine if somebody who was 20 years old and started supporting George Weah? That person is going to be 26 years old now, my friend. And if that person at the age 26 does not even have a high school diploma or a trade certificate, excuse me there, guys, or a trade certificate, what hope does he have for the future? You're 26 years old, no education, in terms of high school diploma, excuse me, no professional certificate in terms of trade school. You are growing a family, and then you think that George Weah going to give you a second term. George Weah has failed. I challenge any top minister within George Weah government to show you any progress report they have made across the county. Let the health minister come out today and tell you that across every county we got community clinics or community centers that cater to young and old and pre or pregnant women. You're not finding all those things. So when George we are talking about how they call it health and sanitation, when you go across the 15 counties, do you see any decent sanitation in the country? Do you see any decent sanitation in the country? So then what happened to the money? They only better themselves. That's what they did. But you got your fellow Liberians on the ground that put their life on hold, believing every year that something will work for them, believing every year that something will work for them. And time over time, nothing seems to work. Every time they go to the party headquarters, those boys and girls were very committed. We saw them during the past 5 years, how they go to get dancing in circle. They were loyal and they continue to be loyal to this government of George Weah. But George Weah turned his back on his people. And only what he did when he was head coach of Lone Star benefited himself and only himself. As head of Lone Star in once upon a time, how many Barrow and IE player or professional player did Mr. Weah ever give an opportunity to grow and be successful? How many people? None. None. Every football player that who was very proud of George Weah, when George Weah got that opportunity to make recommendation, he never did. Same thing that transformed to politics. Young people took their 17 years and gave it to George Weah. And said, go, we'll make you senator. They voted over Robert Salif and made George Weah senator. They had their left on hold. Oh, he's senator. Let's give him chance. They gave him chance. He was there for all that time. Another year, he still are running for president. Okay, we'll get him the presidency. But the young people today cannot come back. Yeah, so many people said that. Oh, I know, yeah, that video, so many people said that today. Yeah. Thank you, Emmanuel. I mean, a lot of people said something about that video today. I think I need to download it and play it tomorrow morning. Yeah. But thank you for that, Emmanuel. Because I didn't see you today, but a lot of people have been inboxing me and said that message. And that's the message we want to carry, Emmanuel. It came from the heart and soul of me today. And Emmanuel just said, where we came from. We came with a CDC. I even differ with you when you guys started seeing the light. But everyone cannot give at the same time. But the message is coming now. It's coming out of me now. It's coming out of me. And and all it takes is just for God to give me the energy. And but I think Cdcians, they don't have to leave their party to vote George Weah out of office. They can make that history. And that the message will be carrying out now every morning. Every morning. Every morning. We have to get rid of that. We have to get rid of George Weah. Cdcians, you don't have to leave your party to vote George Weah out of office. And that's the message I want. Why? because Mr. Weah is not being loyal, or is not loyal to you guys. He's not loyal to you guys. This is no joke. This is not lie. And don't listen to Cdcians in America here, because for the past 6 years, their life have been better. That's why they don't go to Liberia to live. But those on the ground, we will continue to get to them Monday to Friday when I'm on the radio. But while I'm here, we'll also do our best. We are working with other radio stations too that will give us that voice. Yes. And we'll get that voice in Liberia. Cdcians got to make a history that they will never forget. You can vote your way out of the office and remain a Cdcian and put forward another candidate. If Joe Weah say he's not running in 2023, Cdcian, you can bring your new candidate. Guess what? You will get support. But if you put your Weah over there, your future finished. I'm telling you the truth. Your future is done. So you don't have to leave your party. If you live in Maryland County, you can vote for any candidate that does not change your county affiliation. Joe Weah is not CDC. CDC is for all Liberians. The iPhone we're using here today started by Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is dead and gone, but they're still making new iPhone. Even though he pardoned that, the world supported now. And all it takes is to have good administrator to run Apple to make a $1 trillion company. CDC is a party, but Joe Weah does not own a party anymore. With all the Liberian people, that party worth nothing. So you need to think about these things. 17 years, you put your life on hold to support a man who always used to say, my people, I care for my people, I care for my people. And nothing he did. Absolutely nothing. This message will continue today, tomorrow, until next year election. Joe Weah cannot look at the list you see right here. Joe Weah and a government official cannot look at every bullet point on that list and take your hand like this and say, let's go across the 15 county. Let me show you what every bullet point on the platform has done to change the community and the people's life. Nothing. But Joe Weah, on the other hand, will take your hand and say, let's go, let me show you my complex I built. Sogu Carrasco will take your hand and say, let me carry you. Samuel Tua will take your hand and say, let me carry you. Nathaniel McGill will take your hand and say, let me carry you to go show where I am. But which one is Cdcian? We say, hold on, let me go get my certificate. You see the certificate already? Joe, we are giving the certificate here. I am now an official electrician. Randy, you see the other certificate here? Yes, I am now an official plumber. I don't have to go to college, bro. I don't have to go to college. But Joe, we are program has given me this. You will not find one Liberian between the age of 18 to 37 years old. And that's why I'm calling on any Cdcian, including George Weah. Give me 10 Liberians aged 18 to 37 that have acquired a vocational technical skills certificate. Take 10 per county. That will be 150 people you will line up for the whole 6 years. Because I'm not saying for only 1 year. Because if you do it 1 year, that will be 150 times 6. Let's just take it for 6 years. And for 5 years. He don't have it. And you see, they will not come here to say anything. Because I know, and you know, that they have failed the Liberian people. They have failed the Liberian people. Mr. Weah just think about building houses, building homes and houses. You think you're going to do anything? No, Mr. Weah. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. He feel that when he put the makeshift uncoded home together and put the uncertified roads in place, then he had done enough. But little does he not getting the big picture that the mind is so important. It's so important. So let him show you report. What did I show you guys here? We will be going through the education here every time. Let me show you guys something here. Let's go to something here again. This is the South African model here. Let's see whatever will come up here. It should be coming up. Let me add it on there. This is the people of South Africa, the ANC, when they decided to run their campaign in 2019. I love this presentation because it creates a contrast. Now, when I blow this thing up, all right, let me just try to minimize myself and let's go to the bigger picture here. Okay, there you go here. You see the contrast? The ANC of South Africa, they can now say to any citizen or partisan in our country about their progress they have made over the years of their existence. All right? You see the arrow going up this way? They have improved the electricity across South Africa. They have improved the health sector. They have improved the infrastructure, social security, water supply, housing, and education. This is the data here they have. Now, if you don't believe this document, guess what? You can take this document and fly to South Africa and do your own fact finding. They said since 1994, over 4.7 million free houses have been built. In 2014 manifesto, we committed ourselves to eradicating illiteracy. Today, 9 out of 10 adult South African can read and write. And on literacy, free South Africa is within our reach. You see the people how they adequately outline what they have achieved, and the list go on and on. Right here. This is how they program themselves. In 1994, right here, they said only 51% of their children were educated. In 1994, Learn, Pass, Matrix was this secondary school enrollment. And then you got the Learn or Pass Matrix. And then you have the student enroll into university in 2017. You see how the people progress made. So they measure their entire progress as 9 over 10. This is where George Weah failed the Liberian people because they don't have any information as you see it here. And this is where we need to educate our people to make sure that George Weah is not giving a second term. Because everything that you see on this so-called Sunday that we campaign for George Weah himself supposed to be able to come up with a similar report and tell us education and training. What have been the trend, the progress, health and sanitation, gender equality. Nothing. The whole thing was a scam. It was a scam. It was a scam. It was a scam. They report they got no iota of truth in it. It's got no iota of truth. But what happened in the end? The young people who spent time behind George Weah, they are going to see another general election with nothing to be proud of as a personal accomplishment or achievement under George Weah. Today, there are many Liberians that went to bed with no food in their stomach. Children in the country are not getting proper medical care. They are not getting proper education. I was told today that a 17-year-old boy died today because of no blood. I saw a young baby who were giving some type of injection that causes him to be paralyzed because of no proper medical care in that country. And then you think just we are here for you guys? Come on, support us. Come on, my people. You need to make this thing happen. If you don't make this thing happen, you're on your own, fellow Liberian. If you don't make the thing happen, you're on your own. If you don't make this thing happen, you'll get that man another 6 years. That country juke for it. It will go beyond 2065 now. You'll get here another chance, it will go beyond 2065. Because he's now open to ideas. He takes things personally. He personalizes things and turn against you for being very upfront with him. That's why he had pushed away every good people who have better ideas. Look at the people life in the country. Everyone that visits Liberia, when they come back, the first thing will tell the people suffering. That people suffering thing has become so, I would say, monotonous. It becomes like a national anthem. Everybody that comes from the country, how Liberia, the people suffering. 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 That's why it is. Building houses is not a legacy. We need to train young people to give skills in order to build a lasting legacy. There you go. There you go. Imaya couldn't have put it better. This is what Mr. Weah, and this is where you measure Mr. Weah. He has not done none of these things because what he failed to realize, he's getting old, and these guys that put their life on hold, they are getting old, but they are not accomplishing anything. And that's what's happening. Jay Rennie, you should see the housing project in the county. I have pictures that I took myself on the drive from Monrovia. Please share that with me if you get the time. Share that with me, Sis Miata. We need to show these things. If you get it, share with me. We need to share. When last were you in Liberia? I don't have to be in Liberia to understand what is happening in Liberia over there, Mr. Sondegan. George Weah, the world technology now have brought people together now. They don't open people's stomach to see what inside. They start now, they got what they call infrared. They got all the different gas scan machine. And we see what happening in the country over there, my friend. So y'all got to get rid of that time now. All right? Now, can you imagine dancing or muya on empty stomach? Yes, that's what the boys are going through. The man use these children for nothing. He used them for nothing. Joe, we are used these children for nothing. Absolutely nothing. He embarrassed more people who believe in him today. He embarrassed them. He embarrassed them. That's what he did. And that's why Cdcians need to step up to the plate. They need to step up to the plate. They need to step out to the plate to put this guy out of office. Thank you. We are living in a global village, my people. And that will make it key. When you live in a global village, you don't have to travel to Liberia. All right? You don't have to travel to Liberia to see what's going on there. Today, the Japanese Prime Minister got shot. Everybody saw that video clip. As long as you own the internet, you will see it. It was a bad image, and they didn't show the entire thing, but they showed part of it. So that way bad idea you know when you were in Liberia. No. What is George Weah doing? When George Weah used to play football on the TV, how many of you used to go to Europe to see it? And you used to even listen to the radio? But today now you got video now. So that question is out of context. Mr. Weah is very incompetent. He needs to respectfully resign. When he played football in Europe, not many people went to Europe to see him. People read newspaper, they believe it. People listen to radio, they believe it. Lastly, when they started to televise the game in Liberia, people saw him playing in the last minute of his football life career. So it makes no sense for somebody to come here and come out when live you were in Liberia. That bull crap is not going to work here anymore, my friend. All right? The question you be asking here is how many people are living the same life as I am living right now? Now, when life you been in the country, because there are people in the country who are suffering every time, and you got the government official. This government was elected as a poll government. Every one of these guys came to power with $0 in their bank account, nothing in their pocket. Their pocket turned everything was upside. But today, when you see the kind of life they're living today, Mange going around and telling people you're prime minister. Same when Mange became a prime minister. Same when Tua became finance minister that he passing around this and wearing coat suit. When the very people who put them in power, they don't even care. Cdcians, you put your life on hold. You've been loyal to George Weah for the past 17 years. He has paid you guys with nothing but deep hardship and embarrassment. And this message, we will continue to propound this message. Right after the show, I'm going to download this. I'm going to capture the other video this morning. By 3 a.m., I will launch the program right on the same broadcast. And by then, Librarian will be awake and we'll play it on YouTube. This thing is recorded on YouTube now. So we'll play it on YouTube. We'll continue to play it, This George Weah man here misled the Liberian people. He misled it. There's nothing against George Weah. It is what he has done to the people. George Weah can walk to anybody and say, there go my estes. But now Cdcians can walk to that place now and say, there go my estate. No. Yes. All right. If you want to feel bad about Liberia, just watch YouTube viewer about Liberia, and after watch Ghana and articles, you will feel really sad and bad. Thank you very much, Alfred Dennis. That's how humiliating this government has done to our people. That's what they have done to our people. So it's time that we are be stopped. He's a Liberian, he had done his part. But Liberian, you all need to send that message now to Weah that he must be a one-time president. I have been hearing people telling me, oh, J. Reddy, the Weah man doing nothing. Oh, y'all hold on there, But no, the cup has ran over. The cup is overflow filled now. It's time for Mr. Weah to go, folks. He has to go. We will do everything and every day. When God gave us life, we tell the Liberian people. And you guys out there too, you'll continue to tell the Liberian people. You'll put your life on hold for 17 years as supporter of CDC and partisan. But Mr. Weah and his government official, after getting elected, they took 6 years to enrich themselves while you guys' life stay on hold. And today, they are proud of the building and structure they got, plus the bank accounts they have open. If they leave power now, you got nothing. If they stay for the next 12 years or next 6 years, you stand a higher risk of being poor, and your generation will be at a higher risk of not achieving anything. Your best decision is not to leave CDC, but vote against George Weah and tell him that you gave him your best, but he disappointed you and he lied to you. If they say anything to you, tell them, say, show me one certificate that you ever accomplished under George Weah. What you would like to be, or what were your expectations when you were growing up? I'm sure you wanted to be something. A bus driver, a taxi driver, on way home, be an electrician, be a plumber. But none of those things ever came under Weah 6 years. Nothing. And what make you think that we are going to make things better for you? 12 years. You waited for Ellen. You gave him 5 years out of the 6. And they just took care of themselves. Quick. They took care of themselves quick. Happy birthday there, my man. Happy birthday to you there, my friend. Alfred Dennis. Wish you many more years. 2065. 2065 loading for you. But it's a pleasure to at least announce your birthday here. Happy birthday to you. The struggle continue. That's the age factor we're talking about now. Alfred is turning into a new age now. But the problem in Liberia remain unchanged. But the fire is Weah, they have accumulated a lot of wealth for themselves. They're getting old. Cdcians are getting old in Liberia, but they are losing on so many things. And their message will continue to push this message here. We will continue to push this message. Don't give up. The more we continue to push the message, it will resonate. The government got nothing to show to anybody. Don't let it lie to you. They can't pick up my, oh, we didn't want to know. Samuel Tua is good at talking. McGill is good at talking. They all good at talking. But to provide documentation to measure their progress, you will never find none of those things. You will never find none of those things. None at all. If he cannot deliver in the first 10, he needs to go before it is too late. I couldn't agree with you more, Sam Garrison, because this man already accomplished for himself. You see, he knows that he might not be elected for the second term. That's why he ran. You see, real smart leaders don't put themselves first. They always put the people first. Then later on, they start to do that thing. But this man came on some type of panic. And everyone else that didn't know a trick, a plan, we got to see it. That's why he rushed to build all the condominium for himself. So today now you see him dancing at this. He already misled the people. He misled the people. Look, if a child was 17 when he came into power, 6 years later, there you go. Y'all got to play on the mind of the young people with the reality. Says Miada. Meet a child. You were 17 years old when the man took office in 2017, right? Or 18. Now you're 23 years old. What have changed in your life? Nothing. So that means you put your life on hold for this man, right? Yes. Are you willing to do something for yourself? Yes. What can you do? I can do X, Y, and Z. Now, are you waiting to go for another 6 more years? That will make you what? 29 years old. And you will be completely done. You'll be completely done because your chances of getting any form of education. But guess what? He will be gone. He will be gone. He will be gone. They say Gracie not part of their school system. Well, then that make them very incompetent because that means they got no idea of what they are measuring over there. They got no idea. Weah play football. Every team that play in the European Champion League where Weah play, they will tell you they got Group A, Group B, Group D, and on the table they will get Tier 1, Tier 2. And not the game you play, but every game you play, it will measure to determine your points. So if Weah sitting over there and telling the people that there is no report card, nothing like that, then I mean that Weah himself is the problem in our country too, as well, as you can see. And that's what has been going on. That's what has been going on. That's what has been going on. After then they leave the people with your birthday business. Let the people wish you happy birthday. You'll be 29. Exactly. 29 years old. He is a bad parent by eating the first before the children. The man should have created opportunity for the young people. He should have created opportunity for the young people. If Ellen did not do it, most of those boys after Taylor left, they all came to George Weah. Moba Malu lied to them saying that they were going to open a vocational school. How many of you guys ever follow Moba Malu? If you have been following Moba Malu, you will get to hear Moba Malu telling you guys that we will open vocational school here and make sure that young people come here. Where did you see that? Nowhere. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. But today, they want to come back and ask the people to vote for them. I will say no. We got to convince these people. Any people made mistake and put that man back in that chair, gentlemen. You're on your own. You can give Mr. Weah another years from now, 12 more years. Now the other 6 years, I'll make it 12, but additional 12 more years. That will make it what? 24, right? Nothing will change in our country. Nothing, because he does not have what it takes. The Cdcians need to remain in their party, but they need to make a decision. The man have failed them. He had destroyed their future. Yes, he had destroyed their future. So we will stop here tonight, but this video will be downloaded. And then we will also download the other video from this morning and merge them. And then by 3 a.m. this our time here, we'll launch that video again. Because I feel that many people believe that that video got a powerful message in it. And we got to utilize that message to get to the Liberian people. This election should be about the people issue. And the issue should be about the concern about how many years have gone from the young people who will say their life. Folks, you can look at the young people in our country. The people got nowhere to go. They stuck in our country. They stuck in our country. They're not like the other sedition, they're not in Europe or in America here. They make it ready today, your sedition in Atlanta, Georgia. You tell them, man, I gotta go down to Mississippi or to Pennsylvania or anywhere in America. But the guy in Liberia, the supporter, the sedition, and any other Liberian in that country, they don't have the choice. They don't have the option. So it's Friday night. Sorry for coming up late because as you can see in the back here, I changed my background in my office and I've been moving things around. But I think this morning we had a very good time. Yes, we had a very good time. But I helped to make this man president. I'm making sure I'm doing everything to inform Cdcians that what we campaign for, Mr. Weah betrayed the people. He gave things to people that were not part of the struggle. So for that 6 years, I think the Cdcians need to say, thank you, sir. You did well. The party will move on and will leave you behind. That is the dream I'm looking for today. Is it going to be easy? No. But what it takes is constant communication. Informing these people about their life. You know, I remember when I was growing up, people always used to say, Randy, what is your motivation? I always said what makes a man is his ability to dream and translate that dream into reality. What I think can become a reality come next year election is for us to continue to motivate ourselves, muster that courage by giving the message over and over. Don't give one message today, you forget about it tomorrow. No. Keep repeating that message. Keep repeating that message. Keep repeating it. It will start to stick. It will start to stick. Before the snow falls and start to stick on the ground, it will start coming. It will start coming. It will start coming. And then by the time you know when it starts sticking on the ground, it starts to grow up into some inches. That's what we need to do. I don't give a damn what the people back there. Right now, they're sleeping in their decent homes, but people are sleeping in zinc shack. Mosquitoes all over the place. But then when they break, then it's sent for a few people, they say, oh, the country is all right. We can't do that. We can't do that. Jay, I respect your strength and support for our country, Liberia. But on the other hand, as well as all hoping for best of our country and its people. I know you want our country to change, and that is every one of us but do you really think Mr. Cummings can win? It's not a matter of Mr. Cummings winning right now. It's what can we do to make Mr. Cummings win? See, when you come with that kind of tiring mind, can Mr. Cummings win? No. The same question was asked of George Weah. What we're doing here now is to convince the people. It's to convince the people. With all the movement that Donald Trump had here, people felt that, oh, Donald Trump could not be removed. Can Joe Biden win? Joe Biden weak. Joe Biden this. All it takes, Henry, is to inform the people. You, Henry Yango, you told me that you travel so many countries. Why that motivation? Because you felt that your life was on hold in Liberia. And the only way that you could make yourself viable in society and in your life is to live away from that country. And you did travel many countries because you had that motivation that your age was not waiting for you. But it can happen. There is nothing impossible. When Obama stood up in Iowa in 2008, a white guy walked up to him and said, what makes you think you can win this election? As a black man, Iowa, dominantly white people state. And this is where they go to say to get a blessing. And I remember Obama said to him, hope. I still remember, and I think it's on YouTube. Obama said, hope. The fact that you got up to ask me the question, hope. If the Liberian people believe that Joseph Boca and Eddie destroyed our country for 12 years, and they believe Cdcians, and Liberian believe that George Weah, they waited for him for 17 years, and they only gave him 6 to be president, and he did nothing, and they see their lives, then the next person they can give that chance to is Mr. Cummings. Because the last thing they don't want to do is to put somebody in there who they already know going to destroy them. If they made that choice, they will have to live with that mystery forever, and they cannot reverse the time back. That is why they need to set. There are 2 things that need to happen. I am going to do the best I can to make sure that every Liberian understands this. Supporter of George Weah and Cdcians, 1, you don't have to leave your party to vote George Weah out of office. Doing so, they're going to send a powerful message to all political and public officials that are under the mercy of becoming what? An elected official. That if we can move George Weah because of his 6-year poor performance, and there's another coming, we cannot guarantee you 12 years. The first 6 years will determine your performance. If the Liberian people set that bar, Henry, it will change the game in Liberia for a long time when it comes to our electoral process. Because Liberia will become a country where they will tell them, my man, when election time comes, you better make sure you look at your scorecard or your grade sheet that somebody said. If the Liberian people giving you too much red mark, you on your own. That momentum we want to create now. And it will start from George Weah. You can't put the people hope on the back burner for 17 years. And then you expect them to give you another 6 years? No. No. We can't do that. I do not have confidence in Weah or any other politician. Nothing will change in my view regardless of who take power, who in power. The masses are hopeless. I understand other big guy, but we got to start from somewhere. If the whole world is hopeless, then where do we go for comfort? We got to look at each other to build that comfort. Somebody got to start from somewhere. The fact that there's limited option, explore them. Explore the different options. You know about Boca, he screwed up. We are messing up. Based on other option, So, okay, let's take Weah from there and get Cummings 6 years. Because that will give you hope. If you can get Cummings 6 years, if you can take Weah from there and say Cummings, yes, we can put it in there. But your first 6 years, you don't perform, you out. And you know, already used to the democratic process now. A Cdcian and supporters of CDC can turn around and take Weah from office. It will send the greatest shock wave in the world, and then it will set a new tone in our democracy. That there is a little country in Africa called Liberia. They measure their leaders' ability to remain in office for another 6 years or be voted out based on poor performance. A party did it against its own leader. If we can set that record, Liberia will be used as an example for better change or changes in Africa and in the world. That's what I'm trying to accomplish in this coming election year. That's what I'm trying to accomplish here. Yes. We believe in Obama so much that I took his book, Dream of My Father. Yes, I got the same book here too. Oh, sis Mia, I got the same book here. I got the same book. Hey, sis Agnes, please do not give up on Liberia people. We have to try. Change must come to stop the Liberian people from suffering. Yes, Erabigayu. I hope you listen to Sis Agnes here. That's exactly what's going on. They want you to be in a position. When you get wrote Erabigayu, when the guy read that thing, they will be happy at this. That man I gave up now. That's what they will say. That man had given up. Yes, that's what they will say. That man had given up. That's what they will tell you. They'll say the man had given up. Sister Abraham said, J. Randy Double, Elon Musk, and Tesla will each pay a separate $20 million penalty. The $40 million penalty will be distributed to harm investor under the quote. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe somebody having a conversation here. Let me see what tomorrow YG wrote. Tomorrow is Liberian will not vote for Comic-Con 2023. You can change the mind of people in the country in the next 16 months. Thomas, you be very pessimistic. It's up to you. Yes, you can be very pessimistic. It's up to you, Thomas Awaji. This is about the people decision. Whatever position you take, it's up to you, Thomas. I'm sure when Ellen was being rejected, you were not on the other side. But we're not had that conversation here tonight. Everyone got their choice. For me, I live in America like you. You and I will go to bed tonight with the best protection in the country. I want to make sure that Liberian people understand that we all are not going to look at one thing and think the same way. I believe that if we can get the message across, something will happen. The Liberian people are the manager of their own life. But in order to have a good managerial skill, they must be educated. They should be taught. They need to understand. So if George Weah leave, another president come, will everything start enjoying? No, you have a fresh start. You have a start where people will understand the past and they will govern. The Liberian people, Nathan Blama, if the Liberian people take George Weah there, the Liberian people that told George Weah there, if they can set that tone and say, George Weah, you did not do well, we're going to let you go. And after 6 years, George Weah is gone. That message from those voters will be the new determining factor. That even if you, Nathaniel Blama, get over there and you don't do well for the first 6 years, they will vote you out of office. When that trend starts, when that wheel start to turn like that, by the time somebody get over there, they will be very, very concerned about maintaining their job. And to maintain that job, you will be forced to do what the Liberian people want you to do. That's why it is. All it takes is somebody to carry you. Yes. I understand you're not a partisan. Yeah, I am not a partisan of politics. I understand that. This is all by the Liberian people, Thomas. It's all by Liberian people. You got a government in that place. that catching hard time, making our people to suffer. People embarrassing you and I every day in this place here. That means that things are not going right. So what we can do is to hope for something else. Because what already in place is not helping. It's creating more burden. So I think we all got to be very, optimistic than being pessimistic about things. Because the man who depending on us to give them the feedback, there are Liberians down there who are very, very open to getting hope. But if people are being very pessimistic, then of course, and that's the reason for some of us, when we say 2065, people get panic. And let me see. Somebody, Randy, do you have any document to provide that provide GMB with corruption? GMB corruption does not have to be directly associated with him, Samuel Gibbs Garrison. GMB aided and abetted in corrupt behaviors. That's what he did. Yeah, he aided and abetted in corrupt behavior. This man had a lot of concession that he agreed to. Yes. And there are other scandal out there too that he's part of too. Yes, he is. Let me see here. Like Jay Randy said, let give Mr. Comey the first 6 years. Exactly. Everyone need to be giving you 6 years. Everyone need to be giving you 6 years. If the Liberian people can see their presidential term as a soccer game, we have played the first 6 years. He ain't do anything. Call him out. Put Cummings on the field. Let's see how the game gonna be. If they can see it like that and start to do things like that, it will be different. Do you get any proof about what you wrote? Liberian citizen will decide 2023 national election. Message will be very important 2023 election. Okay, I think the conversation is going with somebody else. Yeah, so that's what it will be. LRB guy, you say here, I agree with you. I don't think Comey have a chance to win. Well, let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen. One thing about Liberians, you have to, if you start to discourage things, see, when you start to say, I don't think Comey will win, then don't complain about what George Weah is doing now. Yeah. They don't complain about what George Weah is doing. Because nobody ever thought that Obama was going to win. Nobody ever thought that Obama was going to win. For the fact that Jesse Jackson and other black try in this country. Not many people are optimistic. But sometimes you got let your guard down so soon. You gotta let your guard down. The message is going to the Liberian people to make the better choice. Tell the Liberian people the truth. Because tomorrow when things happen and they start going back to the city, say, but we told you. Give them the facts. Give them the evidence. Give them the evidence. I'm not going to sit down here and say, oh, no, there are a lot of impossibility that God has made possible on the face of the planet. So if you come and say, I don't think this can happen, then why are you coming to waste your time to sit here and watch? When I used to have 5 people here watching my show, there are times people tell my man, you not get 10 people. You not get these people. I said, my man, I need committed people. I need committed people. The Liberian people, all it takes is for them to get a message. All it takes to get a message. If the Liberian people get the message, things will change. I don't believe seeing things and just judging it. I want to go into it. I like to go into things. Experience is a teacher. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I am helping to educate the Liberian people about the power of voter, but I am not telling them who to vote for. Well, that's your choice, Thomas. That's your choice. I'm sure during early time you told people who to vote for, but because your favorite candidate is not in the league, at least you do your part. You see, that's why I make politics an interest. You know, when Ellen was there, Thomas, I'm sure you told people to vote for Ellen twice. But because Ellen is not there now, well, that's fine, Thomas. We understand. The same way the Cdcian, when you were campaigning for Ellen, who tells you, my man, we're not voting for Ellen. That's fine, Thomas. Everybody got their interest. So let the ANC people fight their own battle too. You had your part of time. So let them have their time. And, you know, because I know the story. And, you know, so that's why it is. And, you know, so you can do whatever you want to do, Tommy. Everybody got their interest. The people who support the chancellor, well, their own chancellor to do it own. So you have your part of time with Ellen, that's fine. I mean, it's understood. But thank you for providing education. But at least we know where you stand now when it comes to the election, and we know where you stood when it comes to that other election. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that, Tommy. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let me see what my other brothers say here to Garrison. No, let me see here. Something, I saw something here. The statement getting too much. I thought I was going to get out of here. Now. Ask me all the questions here. All right, so Nathan Blama said, J. Rennie, since I was born in Liberia, every president who go to whoever got elected promised to bring change from Doe to Ellen. They all fail. Yes, that doesn't mean that you cannot evaluate what they say. All right? Doing one thing for 25 years does not mean that it cannot change on the 26th day. I mean, the 26 years. That's why the voters need to be educated to make the decision. You know, promise doesn't guarantee tomorrow. An action plan with the people for participation will give the people the opportunity to either buy it or leave it. If the citizens of this country called Liberia decide to stop Joe Weah from not getting elected in the next election, it's going to change everything going forward now. Because they will realize, one, their power. Two, they will know who got the message. So the next person that will come will also get a lesson learned from the past. Rather than promising, they will work with an action plan and begin to help these people. I understand that the system we have, we are never utilizing for a very long time. Like, bro, last election, I believe, was in 1957 when President Todmo got elected. And after that, it had been so say one, so say all, and it ran up to 1980. And then Doe took it to 1985 when we had the first election. It never happened again until 1997. So there is a huge vacuum that we miss out on that never allow us to practice our democracy. But with the proliferation of technology, it's going to help to change things. Information is power. It's power. It changes things. All right. So let's see here. That all they do, J. Randy, they in the United States and pretend like everything is okay in our country. Yes, that's why it is. Don't be so upsetting or you mantra. This is politics. Everybody got their own. You see how some of our CDC, if some of our thinking that other people would have been with Joe we are today. And you know, and say, yeah, you mantras. But when you get people who believe that the heart and soul of other Liberians are crying, especially where you came from. I know where I came from. I know where I came from. Very little when my mom died, lived with people, went to afternoon school, sew color in the morning to go to afternoon school. I know where I came from. So when I'm speaking to people in Liberia, I'm speaking to my own generation path that I came from. That is why I'm so passionate about what I do. But everybody that live in Liberia, we have different quarters. Some people live in better places. Some people live in poor environment. But it just happened that we all came to America and we getting to know each other, because America is one of the countries that bring everybody at some equilibrium. But when it comes to choices, people who live, in certain category in life, They got a choice to say, I'll support the person. And, you know, but for me, I always look out for the common people. I believe that anybody who wants to help the Liberian people should be given the chance. Nobody ever thought Weah could be president of Liberia. The first time Weah started to run in 2005, the first thing that came from my man, the men of football player, what are you going to do all that? He know nothing about leadership. I'm not going to support him. And I didn't even bother myself in 2005 to run for George, to support George Weah. In 2011, I was against George Weah too. I was against George Weah. But then when I started to see things messing up, I said, oh no, but then we got to try this man. So you Montreux, that politics is all about interest. It's all about interest. It's all about interest. All right, let me see here. Sister say J. Majority of the new anchor, news anchor said that former Secretary of State Clinton was coming to win election in 2016. Exactly. There you go. All right. People are very optimistic that Clinton was going to win because of where she came from. But in the end, the underdog came and took over. That's another good, hopeful analogy down there. All it takes is to educate the people. I believe that if you educate the people, the strategy that I am presenting here, if people buy into this strategy here, it will change a lot. It will change a lot. Yes. I believe in what I'm saying here. It will change a lot. So Tommy said, so we will just keep giving people 6 years. Yes, Tommy, you got to start with something, Thomas. You got to start with something to get it right. You give somebody, you see, it's better for you to give somebody a short term where when they made a mistake, you can fix it, rather than giving somebody 2 years. Because think about this. Tommy was there for 27 years. He did a greater damage for the country. And he was there for 12 years. Nothing much he did. The whole country cannot account for everything Eden did. So what do? You restrain the process. You restrain the process. The Liberian voters are the one who dictate the game. They tell you, say, okay, go there far and let's see how much you are done. So if you get 6 years, you do something better, they measure your progress, say, oh, this is making sense. Okay, let's give you another 6 more years. So the end of the 6th year is actually your final performance evaluation. If you start to do things, they put year, they say, oh, you're heading in the right direction. But if you get in 12 years, you get unlimited access, especially in the last year. If you get a man, the first 6 years, you tell the man, if you don't do anything, we'll vote you up. He had no choice. He had no choice. What Jimmy Carter did. Jimmy Carter is in your state there, Tommy. When he messed up that deal in Iran, what Ronald Reagan did. Ronald Reagan came and said, we'll get rid of it. And when Reagan came, instead of giving him the first 4 years as they did to Carter, Reagan ended up getting 8 years. Because Reagan learned from the Carter mistake and improved on it. And then since that time, you had Reagan. But then when George W. Bush came there, George H.W. Bush, when he came, what did he do? He went and opened another war he couldn't control. And guess what? Bill Clinton came and capitalized on that. And Bill Clinton set the rules. And the people appreciated him. So he nailed 8 years. Then you got who come in George W. Bush. George W. Bush came too. He played his card well. He nailed 8 years. And then Obama came too. So, okay, I'm going to play my 8 years. But then when Trump came with the cockiness, they gave him the first 4 years to knock him out. Biden there now, let's see. So you see, this thing is like a cheetah. You see black, you see brown. You see black, you see brown. It depends on how you handle the people. That's how you get your job, Tommy. All right? This thing is not a math. It is an art. Political science is an art. It is an art. If you don't perform in an art, then people will not like your show. That's why it is. All right? So LIB guys said, LIB guys said, LIB guys said, among all those crooks and criminals, I prefer Cummings. But I don't see the pathway of him winning. Well, if you become a doubter, that's fine. For me, I can never give up on anybody that I support until I see the end. That's why you see in the game of soccer, I don't care the thing can be down 5-0. I will keep watching that game until that final whistle go. Pip, 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 pip. Then the game go off. Because as long that game is on, there is an opportunity. There's so many things that can happen. They can give 5-player red card. They can call for 3 penalties. Anything can happen. But I know some of you guys don't have the nerve to be brave. And this is where I will say this to you guys. If Mr. Cummings win the election, don't call me because I will not answer your call. I will not answer your call because you'll be overjoyed and I will let you to live with that doubt in your heart. So when I see that phone ringing, I say, not picking up the phone. Let that man live with that because you are of a little faith. When Weah ran in 2005, he was all confident that he was going to win. But you see, not every successful campaign can make you to win. When Weah went for the second round with Ellen in 2011, he felt that Ellen had screwed up and he was going to win. And he never won. When he ran in 2017, he knew he was going to win, but he was not confident. That's why when he won, he cried. Because after all the defeat, but the strategy of people that came with him at that time, the country is now at a crossroad. You either make Liberia a better country or you break it. This man has proven to be somebody that don't get a damn about the people. And we cannot rely on our weak instincts to say, I don't think the man can win. I don't believe in that. Until that election comes in 2023 and the final count is read out. That's the only way. And that will be the decision of the Liberian people. And when they make that decision, you can have all your posts you want. You can tag me all you want. You own it. That's why you believe. So don't tag me on it. Because you can be a part today and start to help. If you really recognize that the country is in a bad situation, I think it's better to be giving out hope than to be giving out despair. Oh, I don't think this, I don't think that. So if you're happy it goes your way and things start getting worse, then don't come back to some of us because that's why you want it. Don't come back and say, oh, my man, I told you. No. You said you supported it. You never had a faith. See why I don't go to church? Because there are many times we don't apply the faith. The Bible says what? With faith, mountain can be removed. But when you start having a little doubt and say, oh, I don't think that thing's going to work. All right? Human being cannot get tired looking for money business. Let's see here. Coming will overcome with all of us support. Let's make this change. Yeah, it's going to take a continual appeal. Yes, continual appeal. That's how I see it. All right. Caesar said, J. Randy, Liverpool beat AC Milan 2004-2005 when Liverpool came back from 3-0. There you go. 3-0 down. 3-0 down. 3-0. Never give up in anything you're doing until you see the end. Until you see the end. Until you see the end. Americans do not vote on giving people 4-year chance. The American people vote on bread and butter issue. It's still the same thing, Thomas. It's like you saying, oh, I cannot eat the crust, but I can eat the rest. No. The 4-year American will give you will be based on the bread and butter issue because the bread is the determining factor for the year. So when you say they vote on bread and butter issue, why keep the bread and butter issue person there for 4 years? So you get a person the bread and butter, they keep you there for 4 years. You don't give them the bread and butter, they move you from there. So what difference does it make if you got a leader who will be there for 6 years? He's not doing the team for the first 6 years. So like you say, you got rest, you can eat the rest, but you don't want to eat the crust. The bread and butter issue and the 4 year are the predetermining factor to get somebody elected, and are the reason that measure to get somebody to get voted out of office for 4 years. So I don't see your logic there, Tommy. Yeah, I don't see your logic there. I don't see your logic there. And that's why this election, we have to make sure that the bread and butter issue for this coming election, Tommy, is to inform the Liberian people, especially the Cdcians and supporters of the CDC, that they have put their life on hold for 17 years and nothing has changed in their life. They are getting old every day. But Mr. Weah and his government official, they have gained more than what they're supposed to gain in 6 years. So they took out their bread and butter issue and used the 6 years to benefit themselves that the Liberian people gave them. And what did they do with the Liberian people after 6 years? It wasted years of their time with no personal achievement. So then the Liberian people can come and say, Mr. Weah, we gave you 6 years to look into our bread and butter issue. But you took that 6 years and benefited yourself. But at the same time, we wasted our 6 years behind you. And our year also wasted in terms of our age. And we did not acquire anything. So therefore, we got to let you go. We got to let you go. All right? So let me see. J. Rennie, you also told us 6 months ago that Comey had no chance. Does it mean that you were... No. There are times you can gain momentum. Elabigayu, there are times that you can gain momentum. All right? That is called monitoring the strength of things. There are times that you can look at things and see progress. Those who work on Wall Street will tell you that there are certain stocks that you cannot buy, and there are certain stocks you got to buy. You see Eugene Fagon? When Eugene Fagon started campaigning in 2016, he was not for George Weah. We were for George Weah. But when Eugene Fagon started to see George Weah start going up, that how can he jump? Remember, politics is not a science. Science will tell you, say, LRB got you 2 + 2 = 4. Anybody who changes that equation, they're wrong. But politics is an art that must be performed in a certain way to draw attention. When you see things having that, think about you having a student in a class, or maybe in a race, an Olympic race. You see the person running and say, I think I got to win, man. Or even doing a horse race. There are certain people on the horse race say, I'm not going to bet on that horse. But then after a certain time, you see the momentum. And that's how you can have it change your heart. Eugene joined because Eugene saw what happened that time. Eugene was supporting Uri, you're right. But later on, he switched to Boca, Tommy. At that time, I didn't know you by that time. Remember, I started knowing Eugene Fagon before I met you. Eugene Fagon was on Will Show, Radio LBR, not Radio LRB, Radio LBR. After Eugene Fagon and Mr. Costa then had a heavy plow, after Eddie shut Costa down, that when Eugene Fagon came and started to talk on behalf of Boca. But then when Boca started going low, that's how he transferred. That story, I know that story very well. I know you try, but you know, or Cisse, that's why let me say Thomas Cisse, yeah, yes. All right. So somebody said, oh, please direct me to the website for any Canadian in Liberia. I didn't talk about me. I didn't come. All right, let me see what says to you. That say here. Wise men change after conducting 2 years investigation. That's where you go. So, I mean, in life, you got to look at what are the positive things. We are got nothing to gain my interest on. I have given we are the longest rope in the world, Elabigayu. From the time we are started running the campaign, spend my own money, but they have resolved to not listen to nobody. And the people are suffering. Today on the street, when I'm walking around, people looking at me, you voted for George Weah, you do this, you do this. If that were a crime, I would have been dead and gone today, and George Weah would not know nothing. But if George Weah had been successful, and the Liberian people see great changes in their lives, that's something that I would say, Elabigayu, let it keep George Weah over there. It happens. It happens. People can change things. So you can have that about things. When Obama started, nobody thought Obama was going to go anywhere far in our campaign. Nobody thought Obama was going to go anywhere far. But after Obama defeated Hillary Clinton, people said, oh, but they think it serious. And that's how Obama came in and went that far. The very people who were on Hillary Clinton's side that were in that of Obama, when Obama started performing, they're like, oh, but then we think the guy is the real deal. So, and, you know, don't give up. Or I just don't want to see you on the losing team. I mean, there are some times that'll be on losing team because we cannot be a winning team for me, Elabigayu. It would be a slap in the face. I would rather lose the way the election is structured now, Elabigayu. I want for Liberian on the other side to know. You see, one thing that controlling my factor today, and you made a very good point here. It's not going to make my resume dirty. It's going to put me in a position where I'm looking out for the Liberian people. So let me address your first question here. I mean, your first comment. I just don't want you to see you on the losing team. If Cummings loses, at least I try to tell the Liberian people the right thing. And for some reason, if they follow Weah and think turn out worst, they will know that in the first round of George Weah, I said, if Weah doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here and criticize Weah, which I had done. And people have even made threat on me. And I want the reason why I'm afraid to go to Liberia. Secondly, if Weah win this election, it also showed that I have been trying to tell them that if he does the wrong thing, I will come and criticize him here, which I'm doing. So either way, I don't see any issue or losing. I see me as someone who try to be as transparent. But if the people make their mind, history will judge and say, this is what Randy did, and this is what he did after. That's how I see it. Because you know why? I did not do it for Weah because I had interest. If I was really about interest, Elabigayu, I wouldn't be sitting down here today. From the time Mr. Toy came to this country here in 2018, I would have packed my bag, told my wife I'm going to Liberia. I ain't give a damn what people say. And Toy and Weah would have said, Mama, just say over there. And today I will be the worst person in the country. Oh, that's it. I mean, I don't hear about that, man. But no, it's not the foundation that I came on. I came from, God put you in so many situations. Put you in so many situations. I had never been friendly with any government official than the particular government here, especially with 12. We were friends in high school. When I went to Florida, that boy you saw me standing with that picture they call Emmanuel Clark. We often thought he the one who wrote that book about George Weah. I didn't know he was the one that wrote the book. After several conversations in Jacksonville, I said, oh, the one here. He said, I don't want to write the book. Yesterday, he and said talk. He's not somebody that you see, the way we grew up is about doing the right thing for people. So even wins, I'm not going to be rushing for job at Abigail. I already told you guys. Because I know there are some people in the ANC party. Right now, they are very calm and cool to you and myself. But by the time coming win, I will not be surprised when they start telling me, oh, my man, you are CDC before. That's why I say, a coming win, I will get to the oh, thank God, Weah is over. At least I can go rest now. But you're not going to find me jumping behind coming people there. Oh, because I know Liberians. They will come by and start putting it in your face. My man, you're a CDC man. You can't want to be rushing here. I know that. The only thing that I think I did as a mistake, I shouldn't have gone to for junior in 2010. Yes. If I stay in Pennsylvania and never went to see John Morrow in 2010, today I wouldn't have been in politics. I would have been a quiet professional person. That's the only mistake I made. But now that I'm in it now, I have to fix it. You know, there's a show they call Handy Manny. You call, you fix it. You break it, we fix it. I have the guy elected. People today blaming me because the guy is elected. So I'm going through a lot of stuff. So I had to come and fix things back. So let's see what happens. But for Weah, I'm done with Weah. I'm done with Weah. I make up my mind at LIB guy. I'm done with this guy. He's not in the interest of the Liberian people. He's not. He's not in the interest of the Liberian people. I'm done with Joseph Boca. He's not in the interest of the Liberian people. Whatever it takes. I mean, if coming does anything wrong, I see it, I will come and say it. Because the same standard that I apply towards George Weah and continue to apply will be the same standard I will apply to Cummings. And if Cummings people don't see, accept it, I hope they show it to me early. Because if they show it to me by next year, I will come here and just be in the middle here and criticize everybody and tell them, put your mind. Because I think many of them have already known about me now. So that's why it is. LIB guy, I understand and you know where you stand. And you know, but that's just why it is. So say you want to say thank you, Elijah Randy. You are a real son of the soul. Yes, I mean, I try to do the best I can, to be honest with you guys. I know where I came from. I know where I came from. I will not lie to nobody. I know where I came from. And you know, I know where I came from. Being the only person from my own family in this country, just alone here, I know where I came from. So I'm not just going to say, oh, I want to sit down somewhere because I need for somebody to do SYC, so I should just keep quiet. No, I can't do that. Let me see. Thomas Waji say, Thomas Waji, are you going to that doctor? I said, no, Thomas, I'm not going there tomorrow. I'm not going there. I'm going to Philadelphia tomorrow, though. But I'm not going on the other side of town. I'm not going on the other side of town. I'm going all the way between Jersey and Pennsylvania, but I mean, I'm not going there tomorrow. And let me see, Alex Ross said, Agnes, but Comey has performance record of public sector management. How can we sell such a candidate to our people? All right, says Agnes will answer that question there. I think it's scared towards her. Comey appreciate constructive criticism. All right, well, I see that, Theodore. And who you think is going to be a good fit. A good fit person is someone who understands the Liberian people's situation and who is willing to have an open plan with the full participation of the Liberian people and be very accountable to the Liberian people on a monthly or quarterly basis. Anthony Josh. Leadership is not difficult, but sometimes people make it difficult by staying away from people. It's a people game. But if you want to make it an individual game or a few group of people game, then it becomes a problem for you. So whoever, I believe. All right. So let's see here. So guys, yeah, I think so far that's all for the night. I got to go. I'm tired. I'm tired. But again, I give him all on Weah. What he has done is nothing but a shame. I believe where I'm heading, where I'm still leaning, something great will come out of it. All it takes is for the team to have all hands on deck and to be very dynamic in how they handle themselves. This election is not going to be easy to unseat George Weah. But I believe with constant communication and a very robust, like Sekou Kane said yesterday on his show, reliable infrastructure, it can bring Weah down. Yes, it can bring Weah down. It got to be done by all hands on deck. Many of us who follow you consistently prefer you to stay in the middle or as a consultant, but you will support. Yeah, eventually, even if I come as a consultant still we have to support somebody. You see, LIB guy, I understand. You cannot be in the middle. The United Nations does not stay in the middle at times. United Nations takes out with African countries, they take out with the United States. But as a consultant, you have to work with somebody. For the past 6 years, 5 years, I have been trying to reach out to the Cdcian. I've been trying to reach out to the Cdcian. But Cdcian has not called me. Think about you applying to some top university. They don't call you. They don't rate you. Next thing you know, you apply to another university. They call you for the open hub. Same thing like job. You apply to some company, they don't call you. They don't even call you. Next thing you know, somebody call you and say, oh, but come to our place. It's always better to go to people whose hands are open and experience them. Am I saying everything going to be okay? No. But at least if they're giving you an opportunity, that's fine. Because either way, somebody got to be president of that country. And like I said, I'm not going to just join the ANC because I'm not joining the ANC as an ANC president. No. If I see things not going right in the ANC, I can back off and come and be right in the middle. So if I do decide to support the ANC at the fullest, I'm going to be a supporter. You see, in the state of Pennsylvania, when they voted Donald Trump out of office, Pennsylvania voted Donald Trump into office as a state that had never voted Republican for a very long time. That was very unusual. But after Donald Trump screwed up many times, the same state of PA came back. Not only did they put Donald Trump out of office, they were the first state that put Joe Biden in a winning position. Are everyone in that state Democrat? No. Did everyone that vote against Donald Trump Democrat? No. When you see something going wrong, you join together and get rid of that thing. So I understand, LIB guy, where you're coming from, but it's about Liberia. I will never just comment if he's not giving that opportunity. The same situation I found myself in today. I remember in 2017, I was on Hot FM. The same show I on today in the morning, every morning. When I made that call on that show, they used to come in the red me at that time with the same thing they gave me. And the guy said the red me got an announcement. And everybody came. I thought there was no Facebook Live. I said, starting today, I'm going to be campaigning for George Weah. And they said, what? The red me going to support George Weah? Yes. And I had parted way with the show. But before I let them call, remember, you know what you're getting into? They may not qualify. They may will not win. I took that shot. And I came out and campaigned. So now when I returned the second time, last month, the guy asked me, now, what is your regret? I said, we'll talk about that later. So it's all about politics. But there's lesson that we all got to learn and be able to apply it to our knowledge. There's nothing that is guaranteed for tomorrow. The Weah man, everybody thought that we are going to be the person that will unite the country from a new generation. But he are proving it to be wrong. He are proving it to be wrong. So what we got to do? We got to keep trying. We got to keep trying. We got to keep trying. That's how I see it. And don't give up. The end of every election is a new beginning for a new observation. Nothing guaranteed. Boca people tell say Boca will be correct. But if you come and say nobody will be correct now, then we don't need a country. We got to put a country in the hands of somebody. But I personally believe that just how people doubted George Weah and we said give him a chance, I think knowing the three major players, we know what Boca is capable of. We know what Weah has done. So if you ask me, I'll say, give Coming a chance, let's see what Coming can do. And that's why I'm asking, give Weah only 6 years, give Coming the first 6 years. I think that would be a very fair and open judgment to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I understand. That's where you guys are. And but somebody said, boy, you knew the man was not qualified, but you turn a blind eye and deaf ear. No, Miata. No. No, Miata, your statement here doesn't hold water. Your statement here doesn't hold water. The same thing you say here right now, what you didn't say right now, other people saying. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. The kind of statement here can scare people. You don't do that. You don't do that. The any woman that every one of you guys supported, people said she was the brainchild, right? She messed the country up. Politics is an art. Politics is an art. If Ellen was going to be a better person, Labrador would have been better today. Joseph Boga would have been elected as president. But because Ellen poor performance, Joseph Boga said, we squander a lot of resources. We are king. People are having doubt that Cummings cannot win. Don't say that. Because if Cummings get in there and start to make mistake, people will come back to your same statement here and tell you, but Miata, you knew that Cummings did not, because there will be time that the leader will make mistake. So sometimes when you're making the comparison, you got to be very, very mindful. Very, very mindful. Because your leader is not perfect in everything. But when you want to take the old rule and measure in the new rule, it will come back to hurt you. That one of the things that hurting CDC again. All right. So I see you guys. All right. My sister said I can't go to bed. Okay. He gave Weah a chance. The same way he's giving Comey a chance. There you go there. Thank you very much, Elabigayu. I'll talk to you tomorrow. That's covered everything up. Yes, that covered everything up. Thank you, Elabigayu. And with that, I will close here. So, Sis Miata, you have to take this man coming here. All right? I have to take the man coming here. Yes. Remember, I campaigned against Coming before. I felt that he was not qualified. And I gave Weah the opportunity. I'm now coming to give Coming the opportunity. So treat it as that. And I think Elabigayu couldn't have said it right. I see you guys. Good night, guys. Sis Agnes, sorry for holding you up. Oh, bye, Sis Tula and Marula. Bye, every one of you guys. Bye.